And I guarantee that there are going to be some books in here that you're going to recognize. There are some really popular ones, and there are some that are just going to unlock a memory in your brain that you forgot you had, especially because me and Jeff Bezos are fighting right now, and I'll get into that later. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. We have a very fun video for you today. This is my first massive book haul that I'm doing on this channel, and I'm so excited about it. I have recently accumulated a lot of books. I think it's 23. We've got 23 books to show you today that I have recently accumulated, and naturally I want to share with everyone the minute I got them. So my cat wants to come in. I'm coming in. These 23 books are the result of Amazon being my most used app on my phone, which is terrible, especially because me and Jeff Bezos are fighting right now, and I'll get into that later. I have recently, I don't know why it never occurred to me to do this, but we went to our local library and they had just so many books for sale for $1 or 25 cents. So, you know, I kind of went crazy there because they had some very nostalgic books. And also I've been using Facebook Marketplace, which people sell popular books on there for $5. So I was like, of course I accumulated so many books. Actually, so I just moved into this apartment in September, and I didn't bring any of my books that I had previously to this apartment. So I started new. I have my little bookshelf over here. We recently upgraded to our big bookshelf, and I am just so excited to fill it up. And I guarantee that there are going to be some books in here that you're going to recognize. There are some really popular ones, and there are some that are just going to unlock a memory in your brain that you forgot you had. Because at that library, I just got overwhelmed with the feeling of nostalgia, and I just got so many books that I read in middle school and high school, and I was just so happy about it because they were 25 cents, and I was like, how could I not? How could I not? When these books were the books that were and this thing keeps falling. Anyway, so yes, we are just gonna roll right into it because I have 23 books to show you, and I am so excited. We're gonna get why I'm fighting with Jeff Bezos right away. The first two books I had, it would be 3, but my book has gotten delayed for 2.5 weeks, and I don't know why. So I ordered it almost 3 weeks ago, and then I just kept on getting notices. Approval was needed to confirm that they could delay my book, and I was like, you're gonna delay it anyway. But anyway, our first would be 3 books: Shatter Me and Unravel Me. The first 2 books in the Shatter Me series. And then I have the first novella coming. That's the one that Jeff Bezos keeps delaying. But that one's called, I think, Unite Me. I am so excited to start these books. I'm gonna do a reading vlog because this is kind of an old book, I think, but it recently had a resurgence on TikTok. We have Shatter Me and Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi, and then Unite Me whenever it decides to get here. I'd be really surprised if you didn't know what these books are about, but it's a dystopia. There's this girl, Juliet, and her touch is deadly. The reestablishment, which is the government in the dystopia, wants to use her as a weapon, and it's her kind of fighting against that. And of course there's a love story and a love triangle, I believe it starts in the second and third book. So yes, these are the first 2 books. And then we have, you guys, I caved. I caved. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the Throne of Glass series that is also so extremely popular. Even people in my real life are reading this book now, and are like, you need to read this. It's so good. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy, really. I didn't read the last 2 books. I just loved her writing in A Court of Thorns and Roses, so I cannot wait to get into this new world. It says, the crown prince will provoke her, the captain of the guard will protect her, and a princess from a faraway country will befriend her. But something rotten dwells in the castle, and it's there to... When her competitors start dying mysteriously one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival. It looks so good. I am so excited to start the series. So excited. And now I finally got this book. And then staying on the Sarah J. Maas train, I did it. I think that I am at a place now where I can read these last 2 books and not be upset. This is A Court of Frost and Starlight. It's a novella that comes after A Court of Wings and Ruin, which I have up here. This is A Court of Silver Flames. It's a big book. This is the next book after this novella. So originally, actually, A Court of Thorns and Roses was supposed to be a trilogy. It was supposed to be A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruin. It was supposed to be a trilogy. Sarah J. Maas decided to extend the series and then she added this novella, and then she added this one, and there is a change in narrator. It's from Nesta's point of view mainly, I think, maybe some other characters' point of view, whereas the first 3 books were in like Feyre's point of view and sometimes Reese's point of view. So the switch is just kind of, it turned me off of it, and I never read the 4th or 5th book. But I think I'm at a place now where I am thinking about doing a Court of Thorns and Roses reread, and I don't want to dive into that before reading these 2 books because some people love these books. I also got The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. If you saw my quotes video, I mentioned this book and I mentioned that I won the physical copy. I got this book from Facebook Marketplace for like $5. And it is such a good book. Basically, I explained it more in that video, but something happens and this girl is in this midnight library where she can open any book and she can live a type of life that she could have in her like normal life if she chose a different path. That's a very short version of this, but it is really, really good, and I'm so excited that I now have the physical copy in my possession. And then we have probably the most popular book right now on TikTok and BookTube, Happy Place by Emily Henry. I did start reading this book. We have some nice little tabs here. My next video is going to be a 24-hour reading vlog, and I'm in the process of recording that. So this book is one of the books that I read in that 24-hour reading vlog. I love Emily Henry books, and this book is no different. Wait for my next video for a more in-depth look at this. And then we have The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I honestly don't know that much about this book. I got this book for free on Facebook Marketplace, and it is a very popular book. So it's a thriller, and this guy disappears and he leaves a note to his wife saying protect her, and then I guess she has to protect the daughter, and then they go on a quest to discover the truth. Something like that. Very brief explanation. I don't really know what this one was about, but I got it for free and I know it's really popular, and I've been in the mood for a good thriller lately. So The Last Thing He Told Me. And then a book that I didn't really hear that much about. It's My Favorite Last Night's Stand by Christina Lauren. She is the author of Something Wilder. She is the author of, more famously, Love in Other Words. 2 books that I really like. It's a 21st century romance, and it depicts modern dating. And it's really funny, apparently, and it's just like a fun little romance book where you follow Millie trying to date in the 21st century on online dating, which could be very, very fun. And I'm super excited to read this book. I haven't heard that much about it, but it looks very good. Let me know if you read it or heard about it, because I didn't really hear anything about it. And then I'm so excited I have this book in my possession now. Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was the first Emily Henry book that I ever read. It's a favorite for a lot of people. It's so good, and I cannot wait to go back through and read this and annotate it, because I did not annotate it because I was on my ebook. But I'm gonna annotate this one because I love this book. It's about Augustus and January, and they are 2 writers that live next to each other at this lake house. They're both authors. They're both in a like writing slump, and then they challenge each other to write the other one's genre. And that's another very brief summary. I think I explained it more in my Summer Rex video, so I'm gonna link that here if you want to get a more in-depth summary. And then we have Forever Never by Lacey Score. This is another pretty big book, and it's actually a book that I've been wanting to get because it takes place in Mackinac Island. I think I also talked about this book in my Summer Rex. I talked about how I wanted to get it before I went back to Mackinac Island in August, and now I have it, and I cannot wait to read this on Mackinac Island. It's gonna be great. Basically, it's a romance about Britt Callahan and Remy Ford, and they return to Mackinac Island for whatever reason. It's like a second chance romance trope, I'm pretty sure. Also, the cover is just so pretty to me. And then we have Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. This is a book that I got off Facebook Marketplace for free as well, and I think it's actually a Hulu series as well. I don't know too much about this, but I do know that it was very popular a little bit ago. I'm super excited to read it, and then I want to watch the series. I think it's like a young adulthood romance. When to let go, when to take a chance, you know, that type of stuff. I heard the book was better than the series, so I'm just excited to read this book. And now we're gonna move into the nostalgia part of this video. I saw these books at the library, and I simply couldn't not get them. There's only 3 of them, and it's a very long series, but I did get all 3. Does anyone else remember these? Please tell me you do. Did I unlock a memory? This is the Click series. This is a young adult book series that I wanted to read now just for fun, because I loved this series. I devoured these books in middle school or high school, something like that, And then I saw them again and they were 25 cents and I was like, how could I not pick these up? So I got these 3 books in the series. There's Dial L for Loser, P.S. I Loathe You, and Sealed with a Diss. So punny. I've been in such a nostalgic vibe lately. I don't know why, but when I saw these books, I was like, oh my god, I need them. Basically, it's a whole series that takes place with 5 best friends who go to like a country day school or something like that, like a really high-end school. So much drama, so much cattiness, and my middle school self ate these up. So I did get these 3 books. And then in that same nostalgic vein, we have more Lacey Harrison books. 4 more. 3 of these were in the library and they were 25 cents, and these are another series that I was just like, yes, oh my god, I loved it in like middle school. And then one of them I ordered from Amazon because I was like, well, I have all 3, I need to get the full set now. Lacey Harrison Alpha series. Did anyone else read these? I'm going to just binge them and love it. This is like in the same world as the Click series. I still think the concept is pretty cool. Select girls get to go to this basically entrepreneur island, and it's called Alpha's Island. We're not even going to talk about the fact that you could definitely tell when you're reading these that these were written in the past. I feel like some of the things that they say in this series would just like not fly now. Anyway, it's like these elite girls that are like the top of whatever field they're in. They go to this entrepreneur island. Everything is on that island for these girls to be successful and be creative and create new things. So I think it follows 4 girls, and there's 1 girl for each book, and then it tells you like their description and stuff. I'm so excited to read these. I just am gonna live in my nostalgia this summer. And then our last 3 book, Dreamless, which is the 2nd book in the Starcross series. You can't see it. The 2nd book in the Starcross series. This book I found in the library. It is another very old series that I think I read, but I never really finished the series. It was written in 2012, so it's pretty old. These people are reincarnations of the characters in Helen of Troy, and also the covers are gorgeous. This one takes place a lot in the underworld. I just love those types of like twists on classic stories, and this is a really good series if you were interested in that too. So that's the 2nd book, Dreamless. And then another book that I haven't heard that much about, but I think is an old book, State of Grace by Hilary Badger. Do you hear him? He wants to come in so bad. There's Ren is the main character, and she believes in books exactly like she should, and she's at this lagoon. I know it's definitely a romance, and I think there's some powers trope in here, something like that. I never heard of it, but I saw it in the library and I was like, this looks good. It was only like 50 cents, so I was like, why not? I'll let you know. And then the last book, which is also a nostalgic book, is The Au Pairs by Melissa de la Cruz, which I just unlocked a memory where Melissa de la Cruz was a very popular author when we were in like middle school. And this book was in 2004, so literally 19 years ago. So long ago. It looks like a fun young adult book. 3 girls that are au pairs for these famous families, which are basically like nannies, I think, and they spend the summer in the Hamptons, and just all the fun they have there. And it looked so cute and so summery, so I got that book. These are all 23 books, 23 including the one that me and Jeff Bezos are currently fighting over from the Shadow Me series, Unite Me. That was our little book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed talking about all these books, and I'm sure they'll appear in future TBRs, in future wrap-ups. I'm just really adding to my never-ending TBR at this point. Those are all 23 books that I've acquired recently. Let me know if you read any of them. Let me know if you want to read any of them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.